1 to 10, I would say that we are 10 over 10. Reason, Karen, is, of course, ito yung start, no? Umpisa pa lang, ina-anticipate mo lahat ng challenges, lahat ng mga scenarios, lahat ng blunders, naiisip mo lahat yan, di ba?
Mm.
At I must say also na day 1, include na rin natin up to day 3, dyan pinakamataas yung level ng pressure for us. Kasi we do not know yet what kind of engagement we are going to have, what kind of encounters we are going to have, whether our concerns will be addressed and favorably acted upon by the impeachment court, no? And that is why I would say, amid all the apprehensions, I would say that we are 10 over 10. And not only that, Karen, no? We were able to achieve all our goal per day. For example, if I may continue, for day 1, the intention is to be able to reach out to the
Oo.
Filipino people, no? At yun ang ating pinagsikapan na gawin during our opening statement, no? Pinilit nating makaabot sa lahat ng Pilipino, ang sabi ko nga, sa ang sulok man ng mundo, kayo naroroon. Because this concerns us.
Oo, you
This is not-
lamanized it. You lamanized it.
Precisely.
Binanggit mo ang teacher, ang
Correct.
ordinaryong Pilipino, kung nagkaroon ng kasalanan or nagnakaw. Go ahead, ma'am.
For the second day, we were so happy then dahil nailabas lahat ni Attorney Ligutan ang ebidensya ng prosecution. And that is really the objective for the direct examination, no? So, very good yon yung day 2 kasi lumabas lahat, no? Regardless of the manifestations of the defense, kahit nag-o-object sila, because our position is you can only object on the admissibility of the documents, pieces of evidence, only during the time that they will be offered, no, as exhibits na in the court, no? So, ang pinakamahalaga sa amin doon, lumabas at nailatag lahat. Now, on day 3, that was the time for the defense's cross-examination, no? We are happy as well because we honestly believe na hindi nila na-debunk ang testimony na nailatag na during the direct examination. As a matter of fact, no, without dwelling into the specific of the merits, no, pero yung mga question ng defense did not establish anything that will destroy the testimony that has been presented during day 2 of the impeachment trial.
Oo. Alright. Maganda. Balikan natin ang day 2. So tama po kayo yung day 2 na ipalabas ng prosecution lahat ng requested videos na gusto ninyo at the length you wanted it. Kasi di ba ang defense gusto nila yung una, ipalabas yung 2-hour 20-minute video. Tapos ang gusto ninyo yung 2 minutes 18 seconds. And the presiding officer sided with the prosecution. So kumbaga yung pertinent parts lang na gusto nyong makita ng taong bayan na ipalabas nyo. So
Yes.
ito magandang tanong. Siguro tanong to ng maraming ordinaryong Pilipino. Bakit kinailangang tumagal sobra ang whether it's the presentation of the prosecution to the defense cross-examination kay NBI Senior Agent John Mark Calilong? Gayong when you think about it, hindi naman siya technically ang operator ng video, source ng video. In other words, is but to authenticate that yes, yan yung video. Napanood naman ng taong bayan lahat yun noong 2024 na nasabi talaga yun ng Vice President. Hindi naman siya pertinent witness in the formation of the video itself. So bakit tumagal ng ganun, Representative?
Okay, we are introducing electronic evidence. No? That video is an electronic evidence. And there are requirements under the law on how you will present an electronic evidence. Yung ginawa ni Agent Calilong, matters concerning authentication, that is compliance with the requirements in presenting electronic evidence. No? Tama ka doon, Karen, napanood na siya ng buong mundo. So, sabi ko,
ano pa debate doon?
Yeah,
nakasave na sa phone no ng ibang tao.
Ano bang pinagdedebatehan nyo pa dyan? 100 beses na nga napanood ng lahat ng Pilipino sa buong mundo. This is the forum. This is the proper forum. No, it's not enough na nakita sa labas. It's not enough na nakita na ng lahat. We should comply with the requirements on the presentation and identification of every pieces of evidence that we are presenting to the court. And that includes the video, which is considered as an electronic evidence, no?
Oo.
So without dwelling on the evidentiary value of the same, I just want to share sa ating mga kababayan, electronic evidence po yun. Pasensya na po kung tedious ang presentation, but we need to comply with the requirements on presenting an electronic evidence.
Oo. Kaya po si Senator Bam Aquino napatayo, di ba? Nag-request sa prosecution at defense kung pwede ba, diretso na ang mga tanong, di ba? At some point, they wanted to move on from that witness or that issue. So number 2, this will continue on Monday. Siguro eto ma'am, no? Kasi nagsumite naman ang bawat parties ng witnesses. So ang tanong ng ilan, eto, yung video na yon, nasabi yun ni Vice President, may mga inimbitahan ba, for example, yung kasama ni Vice President doon sa online media conference niya. Kasi may mga reporter siyang kausap. May Princess Maui, may iba. Isa yon. Siyempre, yung attorney, kung bakit siya nagalit, her name being, I might get it wrong, yung ikinagalit niya, one of her staff members,
Attorney Zuleika. Attorney Zuleika
ipapatawag
Lopez.
rin ba yun, ma'am? So, ikwento nyo what we would be expecting to further prove the Vice President's intent, if there was malicious intent, if she meant that threat, di ba? You have to prove that grave threats is part, but how serious was the threat? O yun, ma'am.
Well, to reiterate, no, the position of the prosecution yesterday, so we reiterated our request for issuance of subpoena to Attorney Zuleika Lopez, to Attorney Lotok of NBI also. I think he's the head NBI agent of Kalilong. And also to Captain Bello of our security in the House of Representatives, no? Of course, all of them are important. Ang testimony nila, lahat relevant. And as to your question about how to prove kung paano naging impeachable, how serious is the threat that we are considering it as an impeachable official. Balikan natin, Karen, yung impeachable offense. Balikan natin, Karen, yung articles. It is not only threat, it includes also constructing an assassin. It includes also destabilization. And that constitute in totality culpable violation of the Constitution and betrayal of public trust, including high crime, no? So, dito papasok yung totality doctrine kung bakit madami tayong ebidensyang inilalatag, no? But I think, Karen, hanggang doon na lang ang kaya
hanggang doon.
sabihin.
No, because I wanted your reaction on the defense. I'm not sure if it was Attorney Narvasa who read this or another lawyer, but he made a point, and I'll rephrase, no, that number 1, the word assassin was never used by the Vice President. Just some points here. Sinabi niya na that's a term that was concocted or said by other people. Ang sabi ni Vice President, may kinausap na akong tao na kapag pinatay ako, patayin niyo si ganon. So dapat, ang sinasabi ng defense, dapat patay muna siya. That's one. And hindi assassin tao. The word, no? Number 2 is, can the prosecution prove that she actually did it? Kasi, in effect, I think what they're saying is the Dutertes are known to be quite, we've seen it with former President Duterte. Diba? They're very grandiose with their words. They say things sometimes you don't know kung totoo o hindi. So, ang hamon ng defense in that speech is, can they prove that she's actually acted upon her words? Did she actually contact a person? Or bravado lang ba yun? Kumbaga, nagsasabi lang ba siya na ginawa ko to? No joke, no joke. Pero sa totoo, wala naman siyang ginawang ganon. How do you move from there, Representative?
In response to your compound questions,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Gamitin na natin dito
Oo.
mga grounds for objection. You mentioned about the former president.
Yeah, yeah.
Very bold in making his pronouncements, no? Ang tanong, nasaan ba ang former president ngayon, no? Secondly, and as to whether we will be able to prove the same, we have to make a distinction between an ordinary criminal proceeding and an impeachable proceeding. We are confident as far as impeachment trial is concerned, our evidence is strong. But please, do not ask from us a quantum of evidence which is applied only in a criminal case. Kung tawagin ng mga abogado, proof beyond reasonable doubt.
Yung kumbaga ito, produce the assassin, ganon. That
In
is that
terms
what
of
you're saying?
quantum of evidence, napakalaki po ng diferensya.
Mm.
Dito po sa impeachment trial, there is no quantum of evidence required at all.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, ang sabi ng Supreme Court dyan, it depends on the conscience of the senator judges as to whether we will be using preponderance of evidence, substantial evidence, clear and convincing, o ito pang, clear and convincing was mentioned in Duterte versus HREP, but that is very minimal compared to the quantum of evidence that is required in criminal case, which is proof beyond reasonable doubt. Bawal na merong slightest na duda, no? So, yun ang that's how I respond to your question. Kaya nyo bang patunayan na may kinuha talaga siyang assassin? Wait, this is not a criminal case, no? What we are testing here is whether or not the impeachable official continues to possess the fitness to be able to serve as such and to be able to run to any public office in the future, no? Fitness to. As a matter of fact, come to think of it, dito nga sa impeachment trial, wala nga ditong punishment na imprisonment. Wala. 'Di ba? Ang sabi ng Constitution, no penalty further than removal and disqualification to hold any public office. Although dinugtungan nila yan. Yung convicted, impeachable official, halimbawa may decision na, you can still be held answerable for prosecution. Tapos ng impeachment doon, impeachment trial, may decision na. But still, a criminal case can be filed in the proper forum if indeed yung mga naging allegations of offenses doon constitute independently a criminal case, no?
That's already your closing statement to the senator judges. that whole speech you just did right there on reminding the senator judges on the
Yes.
level of the quantum of
Yes.
evidence at hindi ito criminal case. Yun na yun na yung argument nyo.
Pero
On the 92nd day. On the 92nd day.
Gusto ko Karen mag-comment dyan, no? Kasi senator judges nga sila, no? Siguro, sa akin lang, hayaan ang mga senator judges raise the questions that they like. Tapos, if they feel na the answers are going beyond what is proper, ang i-enjoy na lang ay yung mga parties, mga councils, no? Kasi parang, sa akin lang this is just a personal opinion. Lahat sila senator judges dun di ba? So, presiding officer si Senator Cheese, but in as far as their prerogative to judge kung guilty or not guilty, kung sustain ba o hindi yung impeachment na inihatol ng House, no? Isusustain ba o hindi? That's the terminology that they use in the Senate rules on impeachment, no? Whether or not the impeachment by the House will be sustained or not by the Senate, no? And that is equivalent to conviction. Ang sa akin lang, hayaan magtanong the way they wanted. Tapos ang ipolis na lang nila yung magiging sagot ng parties if they believe that that is going beyond the supposed manifestation only because purportedly nga parang pang closing statement na, no? Yun naman ay sa akin lang because all of them there are on equal footing as senator judges of the impeachment court. But that is, of course, with all due respect to Senator Cheese Escudero, na napakagaling. Nako, grabe naman. Ako'y tuwang-tuwa sa kanya. He is so diligent. He is so prepared. Parang yung nabasa niya, lampas pa sa nabasa ko.
So I think we'll go on the presiding officer just a bit, and there is no qualification under the law that a lawyer be the presiding officer. There's still a debate ongoing if it should only be the Senate president. But let's move on from that. Seeing what you are seeing now, you are a lawyer. Of course, all the members of the prosecution team are lawyers.
Correct.
But technically, when we look at the Constitution, walang requirement na ganon. Seeing what you're seeing now, dapat ba ang presiding officer, lawyer, doesn't have to be Cheese. But now that we're seeing this now, kasi of course, Davide was Chief Justice, no? Juan Ponce Enrile was a lawyer, one of the best legal minds in the country. So,
correct.
Talaga bang dapat lawyer?
As a matter of requirement, hindi, no? But for purposes of having an orderly proceeding, no? Siguro realization ko 'yon. Na okay din na lawyer na ang ginawang presiding officer kasi you will never know kung ano magiging manifestations ng prosecution. You will never
Mm-mm.
know kung anong magiging manifestations ng defense. While we all understand that this is not a purely legal proceeding, paano kung biglang bumagget ng legal terminology
Oo.
yung parties? So,
Mm-mm.
at least the presiding officer should be prompt to address,
Mm-mm.
no?
Mm-mm.
But I have nothing against actually with Senate President Win Gatchalian. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, nung hindi ko pa nakita si Senator Cheese mag-preside, I was thinking na baka nga mas maging advantageous sa proceeding ang isang non-lawyer
Mm.
to be able to humanize
Mm.
the proceeding. Because after all, the Filipino people needs to understand everything that will happen, that is happening dito sa impeachment trial na ito. And having somebody as presiding officer who is a non-lawyer, I think he will be able to address the need to translate
Okay.
the terminologies, the
Mm.
proceedings, and everything into something na maiintindihan ng
Oo.
lahat ng
But then the
tao.
hard part, I just want to end with this, is if you're a non-lawyer, how do you actually then know when to sustain or overrule, right? It's like a running joke now with so many people using the words overruled, sustained, and the way the defense is objecting, right? The way the
Sunod-sunod.
defense is objecting, you would need a lawyer to say, in effect, in your legal parlance, enough, right?
Yeah.
Diba? Parang that's when, but now,
On that point, I agree with your observation.